welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here tonight, guys. Because yes, it simply had to be a double upload day because Robert Lewandowski, he's a Barça player. I don't know whether you heard, but he is. And he is now in America with the rest of his new teammates. He was given a hero's welcome there upon arrival. And in today's video, we're going to be following up on what we discussed earlier about Lewandowski, but now with his first words since joining Barça. As he speaks there about why he's making this move, his time at Bayern, leaving Bayern behind, and what we can expect from him now in a Barcelona shirt. Really, really exciting stuff. And also in today's video, we're going to be addressing the latest on Jules Koundé. That's a key area too, of course, our defence. And we are going to be discussing a head-to-head battle again with Chelsea and who might just hold the upper hand. It is all coming up, guys. There's not a moment to lose. So let's do it. Because indeed, brand new Barcelona signing Robert Lewandowski is here, and he has given an exclusive interview to the German media outlet Bild, and that's his very first interview there that's been released since his move to Barca was officially confirmed. And I do have to say, I thought it was really insightful what he's got to say here, and it certainly gives you a real understanding of the emotions of Lewandowski right now, and certainly joining Barca, what that means to him. He started there by saying, I spent 8 wonderful years at Bayern there, talking about his time in Germany. He said, I hope that with some distance, we can forget what has been happening over these past few weeks. He said there has been unnecessary things happening on both sides, but he said the most important thing is to remember what we've achieved together. So he doesn't really want a bad feeling there between him and the Bayern fans and indeed, of course, the club because of the way that maybe the departure went about in the end. But he said, I know the business. He said, I know what has been said, what has been written. He said much of it was unnecessary, but he did say maybe certain things had to happen to kind of make the move happen, to make it possible in the end. He said, I think, though, both sides can be happy in the end. He said, Bayern got a lot of money, and I can go to Barcelona. It was very interesting, though, I feel, when Lewandowski was asked in that interview there, why are you making this move? You know, what was the driving determination behind it? You know, what are your aspirations and hopes ahead for the coming years? And he basically said there, I really wanted to play in another league. And we know that Lewandowski, he wants to prove himself outside of the Bundesliga. He said, I've made that decision now for a long time to discover something new with me and my family. And he said, if I didn't do it now, if this move didn't happen now, probably it would never have been possible. He said it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's what this means to him. And I think that really explains why Lewandowski went to the lengths that he did, why he was so set on making this move. His heart was set on a move to Barca, and now he's got that wish. Speaking of Barca, indeed, though, the next words from Lewandowski, simply wonderful. He said Barcelona had problems last season. He said, but the club has incredible potential. He said they've made good transfers, good signings this summer. He said, I think the club is on the right track, back to the top. And he said, my goal is clear. I want to get up there with Barcelona, and I want to win trophies at this club. And that is exactly the kind of mentality that Lewandowski is going to bring. Winning and stopping at nothing until he gets there. And isn't it funny, guys? Because you often hear, you know, rival fans ridiculing Barca. You know, when we were down, they were really kicking us. They were saying that we were finished, that we were never coming back, and that it was all over for us Barcelona fans. But isn't it funny how the best players in the world, they don't quite see it that way, do they? And especially this summer, we are seeing exactly that. Because even when we were down, even when we were hurting, you can still see what this club is. You can still understand what this club represents. And that's the burning desire, lit now inside of Lewandowski. He can help us get back up. He can bring us back to the very, very top level. And that, for sure, is going to be really motivating him. And I thought it was especially interesting there when Lewandowski was asked about his conversations with Xavi. They, of course, met indeed in Ibiza in a restaurant there. The Lewandowski says it wasn't actually planned. That's what he claims. He said it was actually by chance that we met. But we had great chemistry right away. He said, Xavi told me from the word go, I'll wait for you. You know, I'll do whatever it takes to get you this summer. And Lewandowski said, he told me that we'll work well together and that we can achieve a lot at Barca. And Lewandowski said he has, Xavi, a clear plan to bring Barca back to the top again. And already you can sense the trust that Lewandowski is placing in Xavi. And I think the excitement as well about this project. And that's something as well that I would also say there. We spoke earlier on today in the video about the work the board were doing, the fantastic work that Laporta, Almani were doing there about using the club and its status and its stature to its full potential at last. But I think we also can't forget Xavi. We can't forget the role that he has as well in attracting these players, in having that pull as a club when Xavi is your coach. Because no matter who you are in the game, look at everything that Lewandowski has achieved. When Xavi speaks, you're still going to listen. He is still an iconic figure of the game. And certainly here his project at Barca. It's exciting. It's fresh. It's a journey. It's an adventure. And certainly the rewards at the end of it, they are absolutely huge there if we can get it right. And again, that is really going to be driving him. But of course, Lewandowski has indeed faced a number of questions, a number of doubts and concerns there about the current age that he's at in his career, turning 34, of course, at the end of August. But Lewandowski, he also, like me, not concerned about that. He said, I know that I'll be 34 years old soon, but he said, I feel very strong physically and mentally, and Barcelona clearly saw that in the same way. And he even spoke there about his contract. He said, I don't know how things are going to go, how we're going to continue when we get there, but he said even by 2026, they're talking about if he spent the full 4 years of his deal at the club. He said, even that doesn't have to be the end. He said, I want to play at the top level for many, many years to come. And you can see Lewandowski there. He's already thinking about those 4 years, being here for the entirety of that and even beyond too. And that's the mentality that he's going to bring. He is showing absolutely no sign at all of slowing down at this stage of his career. And at the end of it all there, he said, this has been a long, a stressful period for me, but he said, I'm happy that I can quickly get back on the pitch now with Barcelona. He said, for me, this is the next step in my career. He said, I have already started to learn Spanish, but I definitely have to make more effort now. And Lewandowski, clearly, he's excited. I think what lies ahead, not just for him, but for every single one of us Barca fans, to have him coming here to our club and building on what we've already started to do under Xavi. It is beyond exciting. And honestly, guys, I cannot wait. But of course, it is not all about the attack. Of course it's very exciting, and we've spoken a lot about the players that we've got coming in those attacking areas, and it's absolutely mouth-watering. But we're all aware that we still need to improve defensively, and we still need to bring in the right defensive reinforcements. That's why here today also I want to talk about Jules Koundé, because I do want to address the interest still that's there from Chelsea. We know that Chelsea have had a long-standing interest in Koundé for quite a while now. It's very similar, I feel, to the sort of Rafinha situation, whereby I feel Chelsea could probably offer Sevilla more money. They could put more on the table than Barca right now, and Sevilla as well may prefer to sell outside of La Liga. They may prefer to do a deal with Chelsea rather than Barca. But before you start to give up hope, this deal could be also similar to the Rafinha one, whereby the player preference could play a very crucial role. And I do just wonder, on the face of it here, how Koundé feels about Chelsea's interest in him. Because on the one hand, it does seem as though Chelsea, are kind of interested in Koundé. He's a player they'd like to bring in if they could. But you can't forget, a week or two ago, they kind of backed out of the deal. They were putting all their priority there and all their attention on signing Matthias de Ligt. And it's only now that, he's rejected Chelsea, he wants to go to Bayern instead, de Ligt, that suddenly Chelsea are thinking, okay, maybe Koundé could be back on the cards. But even now, they're looking at Kimpembe too. So Koundé hasn't really been an outright priority at any stage here for Chelsea. You've also brought in Koulibaly, of course. Whereas when it comes to Barca, I think there's a real difference there in our attitude and certainly the way we've approached Koundé in this transfer window, because we've always made it clear to him he is our priority. He has always been, since the very start of the summer here, our number one first choice defensive reinforcement, and quite clearly we've shown that to him too. Barca are believed there to have a full agreement with Koundé. We know that Xavi has also spoken to the player much in the same way as he did with Lewandowski, explained the kind of role that Koundé would have and how important he would be in his project. And it's interesting that tonight, Gerard Romero there, when talking about the Koundé deal, the latest on it, he actually said that in that conversation with Xavi there, between Koundé and Xavi, he actually said, I would want to join Barca. I would like to join Barca. That would be my preference this summer, to join your project at this club. And I think that is significant. And I think, again, we are going to look to play on that from Koundé. And Joao Romero says that if Sevilla do not accept a player in exchange, plus cash for Jules Koundé this summer, then Barca could pay and would be willing to pay up to 55 to 60 million euros for this deal. And Romero maintained tonight that despite the rumours about Chelsea, despite uncertainty and unease maybe about this deal, Barca still remain in a really good position to get this deal done, to make this deal happen. And I've said before, I think it's going to be the trickiest one of the summer. We've had some deals that have been difficult, some deals that have been not that straightforward, but this one, it is going to take a bit longer. But hopefully in the end, through a lot of work, a lot of negotiating, and again, Barca's board doing what it does best, hopefully we can get this deal done, because it would be massive for us. And so indeed, guys, that is the very latest Barca news right now, and that does indeed complete today's double upload. It has been, again, a very, very busy day, but I'm really enjoying it right now. I am enjoying the excitement, the encouragement, and certainly the belief from all of you guys there. We're very proud and I think hopeful about what the club are doing right now and the direction in which we are heading. Please do let me know your thoughts down below on Robert Lewandowski, on those words that we've heard today, and the fact that he is now a Barcelona player. Please do also let me know your thoughts on Jules Koundé and how that negotiation you feel is going to progress. I will, of course, see you very soon indeed, where there will be many more videos to come, and hopefully plenty more. Really exciting ones too. Thank you for all of your support. I'll be back soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.